Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining us for another beer review. Right, this time we're heading over to the Perfect Draft Pro again, and it's a beer that I've already reviewed. Now I'm going to tell you now I'm having trouble getting my words out. It's a beer that I've already reviewed on the normal Perfect Draft, and I'm going to re-review this beer on the Perfect Draft Pro due to the nature of the beer. Needs to be warmer in my opinion, so I'm going to review it at a warmer temperature. The beer we are talking about was actually in my top 10 of Perfect Draft cakes, and it's Leffe brune, and it's coming in at 6.5%. I won't do all the pricing. It's something like $37.90 now. Obviously discount codes are all a little bit up in the air. You still get your £5 keg deposit, but we're not here to discuss that. What we're here to do is try the beer at a different temperature. So any second now I'm going to shoot over to the Perfect Draft Pro, which is set at 7 degrees. We are going to do a pour. I'm not going to go over there and do the video of the pour or anything. I'm just going to pour it, come back, and we're going to crack on. So let me shut up. I'm going to go over there. Let's get myself a beer, come back and tell you what I think of it. Back in a tick. So we're back. Beer in a glass. Now, I reviewed it at 3 degrees before. I did say ages ago when I reviewed it, the beer needs to be warmer. The general rule of thumb is the darker the beer, the bit higher the temperature, if you like. So this is set at 7 degrees on the PD Pro. Look at that. Pint glass as well. I won't tell you where I got it from, but we have a pint glass. It is, in the camera, it's looking sort of jet black, but it's a lovely sort of real deep red, if you like, red chestnut kind of mahogany colour. It's looking beautiful. We had just over a finger of just slightly off white head, nicely compacted. We got a bit of chill haze on the glass. The glass is enucleated, so no doubt there is a little bit of carbonation going up in the middle somewhere, but it looks beautiful. Looks like a cracking Belgian beer. So let's dive in. Let's try and I remember what the beer smelt like. I remember what the beer tasted like. I'm just expecting this to be just being warmer, just getting so much more from the aroma and the taste. So let's dive in with the nose. I haven't really got much room to play with for giving it a swill, but I'll do my best. Let's dive in. Yeah. And it is a lot punchier, I would say. It's rich, it's sweet, it's malty. There's even, dare I say it, a little bit of aniseed in there. Even maybe a little bit of sort of chocolate in there. I'm going to go with a dark chocolate. Almost got a little feel, I don't know, maybe it's just me, a little bit of a feel of maybe a little bit of sort of Bourneville chocolate in there maybe. And even maybe, I don't know, I could be clutching at straws here, but even maybe some sneaky sort of way in there, almost like a roastiness in there as well. But it smells rich as well. You get a little bit of that yeastiness. Even maybe a little bit of vineness or raisin. The aromas, there's so much more you're sort of maybe picking up being at that warmer temperature. So let's stop talking shit now. Let's give her a try. Cheers. Oh. Different beer altogether. Different beer. Yeah, I've waffled on. Head's died down a bit. So, body-wise, without the head on it, you don't get so much of that smooth sort of feel on the mouth. Not so much. Or so much of the creaminess. But it still has a smooth, creamy feel to the body. You know, if that head was still there when you're drinking it, again, it's just lifting it to another level again. But the beer is still smooth, it's still creamy, it's got a lovely body to it as well. It's not, well, it is weighty. It's a weighty beer. Carbonation is lovely and gentle in it. Lots and lots, it's just lots of tiny little bubbles that you could even ignore as carbonation. It's just so smooth, really. Smooth and soft, as with the other, the same as when I reviewed it back then. But the aromas are a lot more punchy. And I think the body actually feels a little bit, being warmer, I think there is a difference. I know Simo from Simo Sups has said before, he reviewed Elvis Juice, he thought the body was really poor. He's got the normal perfect draft. I reviewed it on the Perfect Draft Pro at a higher temperature. And I do think that when you adjust that temperature, it makes that beer feel different. It makes it feel a little bit more fuller. This feels fuller than what it used to be, or when I reviewed it on the normal PD. Taste-wise, for me, taste-wise, it really is a whole different ball game. The flavours that you get from Leffe Brune, the maltiness, the sweetness, the richness, that little bit of maybe kind of fruit raisin kind of thing in there, they're all there. But for me, there's almost a little bit of chocolate in there, or it feels like that. There's almost a little bit sort of licorice feel in there. And like I said, it's given the inkling of maybe a coffee sort of thing going on, or a roastiness, I should say. I mean, I've had a few Leffe Brunes at the lower temperature. Get it in the PD Pro if you've got it. Bang it on 7. It's still quite cold at 7, to be fair. You could get away with putting this at 10 degrees, I think. I really do think you could. But I've got to say, it's really nice at 7. This is what they recommend on the app. It gives you a lot more flavour, but it also has that chilled side to it that still makes it sort of refreshing as well. That is an absolute belter. Absolute belter. And I'm telling you, winter time, or autumn time, shall we say, we're still in the summer. You get to the autumn time, winter time, and if you've got one of these, this beer is going to come into its own, because that dark richness comes out of that higher temperature. And if you haven't tried this and you have a Perfect Draft Pro, you need to pick up Leffe Brune. It is a belter. Like I said, it's one of my favourite beers anyway, and it just gets better out of the Perfect Draft Pro. So they're my views on this beer from the Perfect Draft Pro at 7 degrees. If you've had the beer anyway, let me know what you think. If you've had it in the Perfect Draft Pro at a higher temperature, let me know what you thought of it. Whether you picked up different notes, or the body was better, or just tell me what you thought of it, really. And if you haven't had it, pick it up for the PD Pro. That's it for this video now, because I'm rambling on. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.